All right, so had some people ask me how to fillet a triggerfish, so here I am, and let's fillet this triggerfish. As you can see, we've already done the small one, so we'll do this bigger one here now that we have, you know, once you get a few under your belt, it's pretty easy, but it is a little different. They have really tough skin. I'm going to do this with just a good Dexter fillet knife. I'll link to that in the description below. This is definitely the best fillet knife, and it does make a difference. So I definitely suggest that you start with a good fillet knife. If you have a serrated knife though, it'll help you get through these guys' tough outer skin here. So you just start right behind the head, and you'll feel the rib cage right along here. We're going to push in and follow down along that rib cage there. And as soon as we get to the rib cage, we're going to push through, or get to the end of it. So usually start like right behind his head, as close to his spine as possible. They have tough skin, so you'll feel along those bones there. You'll feel those, you'll still feel those, and as soon as you don't feel them, which is right about here, push the whole way through. Yep, never mind, I can still feel them. So once you're done feeling them, there we go. Usually then push all the way through, staying as low as you can. Then I bend this awesome fillet knife, as it does all the work for me, as I just saw back and forth, and go right to the tail, leaving everything on. Now, as you can see, I could have gone a little bit closer there. So because I don't have a serrated knife, if I had a serrated knife, I would just cut right through here. Since I don't, I'm going to very carefully turn my knife up and then work my way down here, because it's easier to cut from the inside out than the outside in. So just slowly working my way down. You will cut through some of the guts here, but then I usually push through, work my way out. Now I have to complete this cut here. Usually just open this up a little bit. It's usually not a lot to push through. Do that. Now I do like to come in here, try to save as much of this head meat as you can. Head meat, that sounds delicious. Something's stuck there. So usually just stick along these ribs here, following down through. Once I feel like I've gotten them all, then I just push my knife the whole way through, and I just push up through. Push in, right up through those bones, getting the last little remaining bit. You can see this was where I thought I felt the rib still, but I didn't. So I did miss a little chunk there, but one side down. Usually I like to keep everything pretty clean. It just looks prettier, you know? So before I take that guy off, before I take one side off, I like to use the other side, just so that I can use that to hold the fish in place. It's harder to do if you have half a fish. So this is the same thing, only backwards. So I'm gonna stay real close to his spine here. Go in till we feel those ribs end, probably there. Push all the way through, and then just bend your knife, working it right along the inside of that, all the way to the end. A little bit better. And then turn my knife upside down, work it back down here. This side's always a little bit tougher for me because I'm right-handed. Push all the way through there, come up. They are tough, tough fish. So then I like to just clean this up down their ribs here. That's about all I'm gonna get. Complete my little cut down here as the seagull yells at me. Don't worry, I'll feed him in a second. And then to do this, I just push up and through. In, up, and through. Boom. Could have done a little bit better, but not bad at all. Again, I like to just keep everything nice and clean. All right. So now we have to actually fillet the fillets. So pick a side, any side. Lay the fish kind of whole here. Flip this over. We're gonna just get underneath here and let our knife do the work. Get underneath there. We're gonna just push it against the backbone, or the meat there, against the skin, I mean. Follow right up along that. Follow that out. We got one down. We're not done yet. Not too bad though. Flip that over. Flip this guy over. And we're gonna do the exact same thing on this side. So if this hump is too big, just fillet down a little bit further and that should flatten out, all right? So here again, we're gonna just get right underneath here, stay as close to that skin as we can, And we're gonna just ride right along that skin to get all that good white flaky meat out of there. Sometimes you hit those bones and that messes with you a little bit, as you can see I did there. But I was gonna throw that out anyway, so it's not the worst when it ends up like that instead of that. This guy belongs to the crabs now. Whoa! Feed some crabs. Again, I like to keep everything pretty clean. So we're not done yet because there's some bones in here that you'll feel. They go somewhere right in here. First thing I like to do is clean up this outside edge because I know I'm not going to eat that stuff. And let's feed this seagull, see how he does. Ah, thought he'd catch it. So you'll feel the bones right in here. Looks like they go down to not a whole lot. I think it's kind of mostly white, this white stuff in here. So we're going to go to about there. We're just going to cut a little V. And that should be it. We'll see if this guy catches this one. Nice catch. And then I usually like to just feel this to make sure that that's all the bones. We got one down. So again, I like to just clean up this edge here. You'll have to cut through bone right here, but you know, should have a knife sharpener too. I'll link to my knife sharpener also. But then if you really want to have fun with the seagulls, you cut it in half so that they can catch it. Ah, man, twice. But let's see if this guy gets it again. Ah, gosh, they were doing good. Anyway, back to this fillet. You'll feel the bones right in here, right along in there. So I like to feel for where the last one is, which is about there. And then I'm just gonna make a narrow little V right in the middle of this fillet. And then again, I like to just double check and make sure that I got all the bones out of there. You'll feel them. And then you feed the seagulls again. There you go, look at these pretty fillets on top of the other ones I have. Again, I'll link to this down below. And that is how you fillet a triggerfish. Thanks for watching.